Buonasera, this evening I'll be cooking pasta with a cream of broccoli. Hopefully your reaction won't be the same as Julie, my wife, when I told her. But I say to her, just wait and see. So just stick with me and you'll see what you think. I'll start by cleaning up a head of broccoli, and I will be removing the trees from the top. This is what my children used to call these, the trees, when they were little. I'll break them up into fairly little pieces. I'll clean the stem by removing all of the outer part and chop it into little pieces. As little as you can, really, because this is harder and it will take longer to cook. We are not throwing it away.
What's your favourite bit?
It is my favourite bit, actually. Now I have boiled a potato. Not that I want to show you how to boil a potato, but the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm going to put the potato on one side, and don't worry, I know it looks a little like a poor thing, but that is on purpose. I've kept the water from the potato, which is still boiling hot, and I'm going to be using it to boil my broccoli. And this will also be the same water I'll be using when I cook the pasta. The reason why I do that is because I want this to be as starchy as possible. I will also add the stem from the broccoli, and I'll put it on the heat to boil. I will be making some breadcrumbs next with some stale bread. I've got 3 pieces of bread, but I will be removing the end bit. I'm sure that someone will find a good use for this, with some eggs. And using your hands, just literally make some crumbs in a frying pan, which is what we're going to be using to cook it. 1 clove of garlic, chop it into tiny little pieces. And we will put it inside it. 1 little bay leaf, a few chili flakes, not a lot, and also I've got a chili pepper. I will just chop the end. This is mild, otherwise Julie will not eat it. And I'll chop it into small pieces and I will add it in as well. A little salt and a little pepper. You can use normal salt and pepper if you don't have this nasty equipment. And some olive oil. So my broccoli are cooking still, and let's place this on the hob on a high heat to start with until it gets going. Make sure that the bay leaf infuses the breadcrumbs and everything else as well. In the meantime, the broccoli is cooked, so while the breadcrumbs are sizzling, I will be pouring the water by draining it into a bowl. I want to keep this water, but also I need the broccoli. Keep the temperature nice and high still, because we want the breadcrumbs to become nice and golden in color. But also keep mixing it, because you do not want the garlic to burn. I think we are pretty much there. Turn it off and put it on one side. A little olive oil in a new pan. Crush a couple of cloves of garlic, generally 1 per person. It's Julie and I tonight, so 2 cloves of garlic. A few more chili flakes. Again, not a lot, otherwise Julie will not be happy.
How hot will this dish be?
This is the equivalent of 3 anchovies, which I will be adding to the pan as well. Remember my potato, I'm going to mash it. Again, doesn't have to be mashed to its pulp, but it's fine as as it is, just rough pieces. Great. Once the oil starts sizzling, turn the temperature slightly down onto a medium setting and start pushing down on your anchovies until they come to nothing effectively. You want them to be totally dissolved. Using a fork, of course, or a spoon. Fork is easier though. I'm now going to add my potato.
Smells good.
That's the anchovy. And I will use a little bit of my water from earlier. Too many cooks. There. To give this a creamy effect. Go back to your broccoli and first of all just put a few pretty looking ones on one side. That'll do. And then pour the rest with your sauce. Make sure you scrape everything off. Using your fork, start mashing them with everything else.
Could you use a potato masher?
You can, of course you can, yeah, you can use anything you like. I like to use a fork because I don't want everything to be absolutely, ouch, absolutely mashed. But yeah, you can use a potato masher, but I think a fork is just as easy. Also, the potato masher is going to be difficult to clean. I don't really like using them too much. So I will let this simmer now for a few minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I'll put the lid on and I'll turn it down on number 3. Okay, after a few minutes I'll turn the temperature up again, and I've got here literally a quarter of a glass of white wine. Any white wine will be fine. Just pour it in and let it boil until the alcohol from the wine has evaporated, which will only take literally less than a minute. Okay, the wine flavor has gone. I will turn it down again on number 3, which is a simmering temperature. Place the lid on and I will leave it for 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, I've got some sun-dried tomatoes here, just maybe 6 or 7 pieces. I have put them in olive oil to soften up, and I will be chopping them up into smaller pieces. Ironically, this actually come from Sicily. When I went to visit them, my family last time around, my brother donated them to me, so very appropriate. I'll put them back in here. These are olives from our local supermarket. What we tend to do, we buy them in a large jar in brine. We rinse them, dry them, and then we put them in here with olive oil. And whenever I cook or do a salad, they are very, very tasty. And they're very, very cheap as well. So like I did with the sun-dried tomatoes, I'll chop these into smaller pieces, maybe half, and pick them up and add them to the rest of your mix here. I'm going to be doing a little tidy up, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. So the next job is what pasta to cook with this dish. If you're in Sicily, they will be most probably using spaghetti or long spaghetti, or sometimes they also use rigatoni. I like pasta casareccia, and I think it looks more traditional, but you can choose anything you like. But this will look very nice at the end as well. So the water is boiling. This is the same water we used before. I've added a little bit more. I'm not going to be adding any salt, as there is enough salt everywhere else, and I'll just put it in. This will require approximately 8-9 minutes. Our pasta is cooked. I'm going to drain it here because I want to keep some of the water in case I need it. And I'll pour it in with the rest of the vegetables. The pasta is al dente, so it will finish cooking. Actually, it's before al dente. It will finish cooking in here. So in the meantime, you will remember that we left some of the prettier vegetables out, so I will add them in, but not the breadcrumbs. And give it a good stir. The smell is amazing. Literally about 30 seconds to a minute. Can you see there is the garlic there? You can choose to remove it, or you can actually leave it. I will leave mine, and I will also try and push it down so that it's not that noticeable. What I'll do though, I will add a little of my cooking water, as it's a little bit dry. Literally maybe the equivalent of a couple of spoons. And I will take it off the heat now. Back on the worktop, olives and sun-dried tomatoes go in with the little oil left as well. And this is also when you can put 50 grams of Parmesan cheese. And one final mix. What do you think about the smell, Johnny?
It's delicious. Yeah, it smells lovely.
And what we do, we will serve it into a pasta bowl. I'll do both portions. And last but not least, our breadcrumbs. I'll cool down so you can use your fingers to pick it up. I will sprinkle that on mine, because I know for definite that I want it. Do you want some, Julie?
Yeah, I'll have some, please.
So this is an optional part of the recipe, but I fully recommend it. And one final touch is a little olive oil. Momento della verità, moment of truth. We'll test it. I mean, it smells great, so I cannot imagine not tasting great, but we'll try. It works. Absolutely wonderful. Really nice. I'm very pleased we've made it, Julie. I don't really know what else to say. I think I said it all. Thank you for watching. If you like the recipe, if you try, please do send me some comments. It'll be interesting to see how you get on, or if you have any variations, that'd be great. And ciao for now. Until next time, goodbye.